www.silverlungs.com. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Listen up, friends. This is Alex Jones with key information. The mainstream media is now admitting that we're going into a depression. Don't be dependent on the government for you and your family. You need to get your own supply of high-quality storable foods from efoodsdirect.com. They're the best company out there, the longest continually operating, with a ton of great food to choose from. It's all fresh and made on a monthly basis, not some old cruddy food they're selling you like some of the other guys. Try their new evacuation pack, a 2-week supply of delicious, easy-to-fix food. It comes with all the equipment you need to prepare it. With open talk of a strike on Iran in the next 3 months, the crisis in the Gulf, and possible evacuations, get yourself and your family ready today. The place to go is efoodsdirect.com. Go to their website online right now, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or call 800-409-5633. Again, on the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or give them a call at 800-409-5633.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
I am a political atheist, to use a term that Gerald Celente coined. By the way, he's on with us tomorrow, or is it Tuesday? Tomorrow. Got some other big guests throughout the week. I'll just leave it at that. Some surprise info. And I just go research the facts and see what the globalists are actually saying in their white papers, and I gauge that through a historical lens, and then I come and talk about it on air. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a truth teller, a freedom lover, someone who wants to be free and for my family to be free and for you to be free. And I'm against whatever the unelected New World Order is up to from A to Z. Now, let's take 9 phone calls in the last 10 minutes. Adam in Virginia, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex. This is Adam in Virginia calling. There was a show on CNN last night called Toxic America. Have you heard anything of that? Have you seen that by chance?
No.
Okay. You know how you always play that clip of the mercury, is how it's good for your brain and all that clip? Well, I got another clip. This one was about BPA. And the lady was basically saying that it's great. There's nothing wrong with it, and the FDA approves it, and they say it's okay.
So wait a minute. The FDA came out last week and said that we shouldn't have approved this, and it is causing cancer, bisphenol A. You're telling me CNN said it was good?
Yeah. If you go on YouTube and you just put in Toxic Space America Space Wheeland, her name is Whelan. It's the first link on YouTube. It's 6 minutes long, and it's a debate between Sanjay Gupta, there's the doctor in stage, and the doctor on the TV, and that's the one who was saying about BPA being good, basically.
Now wait a minute. This is what's in the lining of many soft drinks, fruit packages, meat packages. 4 states have banned it. I mean, it's admittedly, it's in 40% of the companies that have printer ink. When you get a receipt, just a little bit of it can really reduce your fertility and give you cancer. This is 100%, they admit it, and they're saying it's good. Now, what's the name of the YouTube video again? Because I want to pull this up.
Okay, the actual clip name is Dr. Elizabeth Whelan discussing children's health and environmental on CNN, but that's too long. So if you just YouTube...
No, we'll pull it up. Dr. Elizabeth Whelan. I'll get Matt Ryan pulling double duty in here on Sunday to post the YouTube video up at Infowars.com by about 10 minutes after the show. I appreciate your call, Adam. Great point. Julio in Illinois, welcome.
Alex Jones, I love you, and I love all the info warriors continuously spreading the truth throughout the world. God bless you all. Quickly, T-shirt idea and another idea. Number one, freedom movement, and on the back, unlock the Pandora's box called the mind, Infowars.com. As you mentioned, you talked about Cass Sunstein and his ridiculous white paper conspiracy theories. I'm for certain that they have COINTELPRO infiltrating the Tea Party. Forget the Tea Party. As Martin Luther King said, we're here to collect a debt. That debt is our freedom. Think about that idea, the freedom movement, a T-shirt. Secondly, I'm proud of the poison tap water Google search term. I got my girlfriend to switch to Tom's of Maine fluoride-free toothpaste. Everyone needs to do that. It's unbelievable toothpaste. It's like $4 or wherever. It's the best.
Yeah, we did make poison tap water the #1 search on Google. Great job, listeners. Julio, got to jump. Great job. It's one person at a time we're going to save here, getting the word out. Keep it up. Ty in New York, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, Alex. Thanks a lot for taking my call. Quick question / comment. Okay, so during the Continental Congress, as you well know, there were people for war with the Empire or England, and there were people against war with the Empire and England. And what I was interested in is, I mean, we know and hear daily from you and other people who are enlightened about these things that they're obviously trying to crush us. They are trying to kill us. This is overt. There is nothing really hidden about it. And just like on a micro level, if someone comes to you and wants to attack or assault your person, you have to defend yourself. So my question is, when or how much do we take before we mass a force of our own? And I don't say this in the terms of violence, but again, in the sense of civil disobedience as a MLK type of march, a Gandhi type sit-in.
Well, we are being assaulted by the fluoride, the bisphenol A, the GMO, the corn syrup, and we have a right to go to our cities and say, listen, you can sit there and giggle, you little crook, to whatever mayor it is, but we've got all the major top scientists, all of them, from the EPA coming out in the last decade saying take it out, the fluoride, and we need to get really aggressive about this because we are being assaulted financially by the bankers. We are being assaulted by NAFTA and GATT. We are being assaulted by the police state, and it's time to get angry. The awakening's happening now, Ty. I appreciate your call. Ernie in Nebraska. Ernie, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex. Love what's going on. I've handed out probably 1,000 copies of various DVDs. Got a couple things for you. One, you say everybody has a blind spot in certain areas, and I believe I know what your blind spot is. I'm going to send you a PowerPoint slideshow that will give you 150 years of history, law, federal code, case law, the whole bit, which will open up your eyes to the blind spot.
What is my blind spot?
Your blind spot. You keep saying that our government has been taken over by corporations, when the fact is, according to the law and history, our government has not been taken over. It is a corporation. And you are seen as simply an asset of the corporation. It goes from God. God created sovereign man. Man created the states. States created the federal government. How can the created have power over the creator?
Well,
they've created a corporation, which then created other entities. Anyway, this slideshow will give you the history of it. Now, Larry B. Kraft has said, oh, this is, patriot mythology, but he never gives any legal basis for it. And one of the things is he's an attorney. No attorney will challenge this and get you to think outside the box.
Okay, I'll look into it, Ernie. I'll look into it. I appreciate your call. Mike in California, you're on the air.
Thanks, Al. I just wanted to ask you a constitutional question.
Okay.
Article 1, Section 8 seems to limit the power of Congress to the district, which is Washington, D.C., and any property purchased from the states with the state's consent. Outside of that, it doesn't seem to have any authority whatsoever. What do you think?
I agree with you, and that's why major states are now threatening to take national parks back from the feds, and major states are also saying, like Nevada and Utah and others, where upwards of 90% in those states is federal controlled and owned, the states have the power to stake a claim and take it back and then sell it at very reduced prices to fund themselves and fund the state government. And so we need to move in this direction.
All right, I appreciate that. It just seems funny that Congress has all this authority when the Constitution doesn't give it to them.
No, exactly. And we have to stand up and say, you're out of line. You're not allowed to take our baby's blood secretly at birth for a Pentagon database. You're not allowed to bathe us in radiation and record our naked bodies and save it. You're not allowed to violate the Bill of Rights and Constitution. Here it is. U.S. national parks face sale. Governor of Wyoming threatens to sell chunk of Grand Teton. Didn't know you could say that on the radio. Unless White House boosts state's education budget. That's an attempt at a pun or a joke, folks. Didn't know you could say that on the radio, Grand Teton. That says in French. Let's go ahead and talk to Mike in California. Mike, you're on the air. Go ahead. We just went to Mike. Sorry. Gary in Washington, D.C. Go ahead.
Alex, how are you today?
Good, sir.
Listen, in the 1 minute we have, I think we agree on a lot of stuff. You've said that there are secret societies that are not so secret anymore, the Illuminati, Skull&Bones, the Luciferians, the Knights of Templar. You've said there's the Bohemian Grove, the Bilderberg Group, the Club of Rome, the United Nations, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the G20 Summit, all working together.
And there's also mafias. There's the Italian mafia, the Jewish mafia, the Japanese mafia, the Chinese mafia, did I mention Jewish mafia? There's different other Asian gangs. I mean, that's all government is a collection of mafias.
But here's the thing, Alex. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the richest, most powerful people in the world, a very small group. Many of them are hitting their 80s, looking for ways to outlive their normal lifespan. While they poison the water, they poison the air, they poison the food, yes. They poison the vaccines. And here's my question for you, Alex. One, it's a three-part question. One, what is wrong with the frog that is starting to boil in the water right now, having a million-man march with our arms that we are allowed to bear in this city, in Washington, D.C.?
The problem is the feds would stage a bombing and blame it on us. But we have had peaceful marches, and that's an old-fashioned way of getting media attention. How about we have a march on the Internet, a march on talk radio, a march on our local state houses? Instead of focusing just on Washington, take the states back with nullification under the 9th and 10th Amendment to block the feds. I'm out of time, Gary and Lisa and Chuck and Jared and Moses. I'll try to get to you tomorrow. So 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time with the live broadcast. If you don't have a local AM and FM in your area, call local stations. A lot of them are picking us up. And the station owners keep saying, hey, I heard you 10 years ago, thought you were a kook. Everything you talked about's come true. And you get good ratings, we're going to put you on the air. But you can also listen at Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv. XM carries part of the weekday show. And, of course, you can also listen on Global Shortwave. That's all listed at Infowars.com. I want to say great job to the crew. Whatever you do, take on tyranny in little ways every day. We're going to beat these people.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?